Good morning. You're watching the breaking news show right here on CNN News 18. My name is Toya Singh. Over the next hour, we're going to walk you through different stories as they come in from across the country. Our first story is a story that broke just a few hours ago. It took place in Bhatinda at a military station present there. Firing took place. Now, details are incredibly sparse, but these are the details we do know. This is an incident that was reported in the early hours of the morning around 4:35 a.m. This incident took place at the Bathinda military station, and there were quick reaction teams that were activated. The area was cordoned off and sealed. As of now, we are not being able to ascertain responsibility. Search operations are in progress. We can share with you that 4 fatalities have been reported as of now. Now, these are the details we have with us so far. Again, this incident took place early in the morning today, so we aren't able to confirm more details on this entire story. I'll bring you more details as we're able to find them. It is, as we said, a developing news story, but we do know, and this is the news that's just come in, that the artillery unit was attached where this happened. Now, my colleague Akash is with us live to bring us more context. Let's go over to Akash to understand more. Akash, the most recent slice of news that we're bringing our audiences in this story as we attempt to understand exactly what happened in that military unit is that the artillery unit was attached where this happened. For our audiences, particularly who are not familiar, what does that mean?
As far as our sources are concerned, so this has been confirmed by our sources that this has actually happened where we have our artillery unit. Artillery unit means we have our heavy weapons there, and this has actually happened. But, again, Toya, I want to reiterate that this will be very premature to say as to if it was a, terror attack, because we don't know as to how many people or how many individuals who are there who have opened fire. We don't know their identity, and we know the nature of the fire as well. But as of now, Indian Army sources are somewhere confirming that a search operation is on in that particular area. And the area is very significant because
it is very close to the international borders. It is very sensitive area. This incident actually happened at around 4:35 in the morning today, and after that, these teams were activated, and these teams are basically working for the search operation. And we are learning that in some time from now, Army will be releasing a detailed statement as to what actually happened in this case. What was the nature of injury? Yes, we are learning of about 4 deaths, but we don't know as to what is actually happening in that area at this point in time. On social media, several users are basically pointing out about the activities that are happening in that area. However, we are not sure as to what actually happened in this case. Also, we are looking for some more details, but definitely it is concerning because this is military station first. Secondly, we have lost 4 lives, and also because it is very close to the international borders, Toya.
Okay, all right. Akash, I want more context, though, on this story. Can you bring us more context on the Bathinda region in particular? If we've seen any kind of attacks take place there in the last few years, just so our audiences can understand more of the regional context?
No, to the best of my understanding, it comes under Southwestern Command of Indian Army. Southwestern Command is basically based in Rajasthan, and this particular military station comes under this command only. And as far as the particular incident is concerned, so I don't think that any such incident was reported in the nearby past from this particular area. But definitely, Toya, we are looking for some more details in this particular incident, and reasons are quite clear. As far as the particular area is concerned, so one of the experts who were who was connected with us just a few minutes back was confirming that this is one of the most guarded area, in fact, the military station. And as far as our sources are concerned, so they are saying that this has actually happened where we have the artillery unit, which means that we have our heavy weapons there, and this has actually happened. We don't know the number of individuals who opened fire, why they opened fire, what was the nature of this fire, what were the weapons used, and also the number of casualties. Yes, we have got an initial figure figure that we have lost 4 lives, but definitely this is a developing story. This is an operation that is still going on, and we'll get to know as to what are some more details about this particular incident. It is 10:03 at this point in time, and this incident actually happened at around 4:35. Around 6 hours have already been passed. We'll get to know as to what has actually happened and what is actually happening at this point in time.
Okay, Akash, one of the things we're sharing with our audiences is that reaction teams were activated. Tell our audiences what that means. What reaction teams are we talking about? How large are these units? What did that reaction look like?
Right. So whenever incident like such happens at a military station or at any station, so we have some of our teams that are generally on a standby, and in any such case, in any sort of contingency, these teams are activated. They are being basically given a task. In this particular case, the task is to basically search for the individuals who have opened this fire, and also the priority is to catch them and to know that what was the reason behind this fire. And in maximum cases, we see that these teams are basically asked to, in fact, neutralize the particular individual if he or she is connected to, or is somewhere showing the attitude that is of a terrorist sort of attitude. But in this case, we don't know if it is a terrorist attack. First, secondly, Toya, again, it will be premature because we are still in touch with officers of Indian Army. In fact, I'm in touch with the officers of Southwestern Command, and they are clearly saying that the information that they can share as of now at this particular stage is that we have lost 4 lives. We don't know about the identity of the individuals. We'll get to know in some time from now, and we don't know the number as to how many people were there who opened fire, but definitely about the time, about the incident. So this actually happened in the morning today, in the early hours. Bathinda military station, which is in Punjab, which is very close to the international borders and which is one of the most sensitive areas in the North India, and is very close to Pakistan borders, in fact. And this is the reason why, there are a number of speculations that are going on both on social media and in media. But definitely, as a responsible channel, we'll stick on to the fact that as of now, we don't know as to what kind of firing it was, what was the nature, what were the weapons used. But definitely, a search operation is still on. While we are talking, a search operation is on, and we'll get to know as to, what is the status of this current operation.
Okay, I just want to ask you for a little bit more context here, Akash, on how the military typically responds to this kind of incident. You and I both know this is very much out of the ordinary. Have such incidents happened before in the military's past? And if so, how has the military responded?
Yes, incidents have happened. In fact, I was mentioning about Pathankot, I was mentioning about Uri. So several incidents have happened. And, in these cases, because it is not an ordinary case, but definitely we have our, we have our resources ready. We have our teams ready for any sort of contingencies. And that is the reason why, in fact, a line is very clear that, these teams were activated. These teams are the, standby teams that are generally kept on standby for these operations. And, as far as the particular detail is concerned, so the officer was very clear. While I had a word with the particular officer, he said that teams were activated. In fact, these teams are looking for the individuals who have opened fire. The priority is to catch these individuals, to know as to what was the intention behind this fire, if it was any sort of suicide attack, if it was any sort of intentional attack, or any reason could be there. But definitely these teams are, the first priority is to catch the individuals who have opened fire, since we don't know as to how many individuals who are there involved in this particular incident. That is the reason why we are not sure about the number. In fact, we cannot put out the number in public as to how many individuals or how many personnel are there in the particular response team. But definitely we are learning that several teams have been activated, in fact, and these teams are looking for the individuals who have opened fire. And Toya, one important thing I want to mention, like you started your question with the particular query, this is not the first time when we are seeing the particular incident. In fact, in 2019, in 2019 when Balakot airstrike happened, we know that what happened at that particular time. In fact, in Pathankot and Uri case, we know that what kind of attacks at that time India has witnessed. So at this point in time, we are looking for some more clarity as to what kind of attack it is, if it is a suicide attack, if it is a terror attack, or if it is, some individual who has just opened fire. But definitely, it will lead